So here we go, as the Renaissance men venture off into another endeavour, another release on the channel, and this is going to be a video game series brought to you by myself. Now, when I was looking for a game to play on stream, and there's a couple that were considered, but I thought, well, the Renaissance men and our Facebook group being the Cult of Egg, what better game to pick than Honey, I Joined a Cult? When I first loaded it up and heard the funky theme tunes going in the background, made me even more convinced that this was the game to go with. So hopefully you guys will follow along as we start up a cult. Now, what is this game? So this is a game that's currently available on early access through Steam, and it's developed by Soul Survivor Games, which from what I can tell this is their first game, so let's hope that it's not a stinker and it's something excellent. I mean, certainly the art design has attracted me in straight away, and the music design, but it's published by Team 17. So my experience with it so far, well, I did load it up, I did run the intro. The intro is quite funny, but quite long, so I'm not going to do the intro for us here, but let's kick in and let's get our new game started. So this is something that I'd forgot that you get to do when you actually start up the game. So you get to customize your cult, and I need to be very careful with how I use that term. So we can customize the leader, myself, the cult info, the cultists, yourselves, and our cult room. So let's go for some quick and easy wins here. So the cult name clearly has to be the Cult of Egg. Well, who's our divine being? Well, that has to be the almighty egg. So for cult symbol, let's have a look and see what we've got. Nope, nope, nope. Sends the wrong signal. Okay, so that looks like that might be quite decent, because we have the space symbology on our cult page, our podcast page. Just what I noticed, I'm going to click the tutorial off. No one wants a tutorial, do they? So, cultists, what should we call you guys? So, it's got to be something eggy. Let's go for an eggoid. And if there's more than one of you, which hopefully there will be watching this, you are eggoids. So let's have a little look and see what we can make you look like. So let's pick a hat for you first. Nope, nope. Witch's hat doesn't really fit the vibe of our cult, I don't think. Snakes are cool, but again, doesn't fit the vibe. Quite like those glasses. Wizard's hat? Popey hat? Fezzy hat? So far, oh, now I quite like that. Top hats are cool. Okay, out of all of them, I think the little squiddy hat, not necessarily eggy related, but looks kind of fun. So what would our holy room go by the name of? So as we're an egg based cult, let's have it as the Grand, oh, there should be a space in there, Grand Nest. And our relic. Well, let's have a look, see what relics are on offer before we decide what we call it. Disco ball. Oh god, they're off the ones. Well, there you go. There's an egg straight away, isn't it? So, what was our grand relic called? Let's go with the first egg. A little bit of mystery there. So, anything left to do is sort myself out. So I'm not having a pharaoh's hat, I can tell you that straight away. So let's get rid of that. I quite liked, I saw when we were doing hats in the other one, I quite liked those. Let's see if I can change the colour of the spirals. Yep, we're going blue. So hair. Oh, 70s galore. 70s tech spectacular here. Oh, everyone loves a bit of bald on top, long on the sides. In fact, baldy. That seems to be what we should go with here. No facial hair. So let's see if we can find something a little bit eggier. Oh, all the facial expressions. Ah, okay. I think that's what I'm doing here. I think I'm doing facial expressions more than anything else. Let's go for something relatively non-committal. There you go. Head shape. This is what I think we're interested in here. A little bit too cuboid. Flat on top. That's kind of eggy. Yeah, let's go back. That seems to be the eggiest one we have. So facial hair, hat. Oh, so let's pick an outfit, and I didn't pick an outfit for your eggoids either, so we'll go and have a look at that in a second. Dungarees are a good shout for the eggoids. What am I going to wear? Not going to go nude, sends the wrong message. Looks like a squirrel outfit. Pyjamas by the looks of it. Hey, the funds. Okay, that's kind of culty. Yep, let's get me in the robes, but having seen those dungarees, let's see if I can find them on here. Quite like the idea of you eggoids being resplendent in dungarees. There they are, but we're not having red dungarees. We're going to have white eggy dungarees, and actually let's change that. Let's change the colour of the hat. I don't like white. Ugh, looks a bit weird, looks a bit freaky white, but that's the colour of my outfit, so let's make that the colour of the hats. So with that, let's kick the game into life, start the game, and while it's loading, I'll transition into another screen. So with the magic of transitioning, not only did you manage to skip out on the load screen, and it was pretty quick, but you managed to skip out on me realising that I'd messed up, hadn't named myself, so I had to pop out to name myself. Now I am in my resplendent glory, the Exalted One, Eggington. And while I was in there, I actually decided to slightly change the hats to match my glasses. I thought, come on, what's a cult all about? It's about being together. So this is our cult. I am obviously in charge of it, and we have 4 eggoids. So we have Amy Leaf, Bob Monero, Natalie Gondorf, and Aria Cazell. Now, for example, if I look at myself, the Exalted One, I can see lots of stats about myself, and we'll get into that a bit more. However, what was of most interest to me was when I click on my eggoids, I can amend their names. So that seems to me like an opportunity for all of you budding eggoids out there. If you want to be in the game, then please drop your name, your details in the comments, tell me why you should be an eggoid, and we can rename some of these to you. Now, there's no one here so far that I've got any particular affinity with, so take your pick, any of them are yours. But what's the point in this game, and why do you want to be a part of this cult? Well, obviously you don't want to be part of this cult, because who wouldn't want to be in a cult with me? But we have a compound, and everything inside these gates is considered our compound, and within that compound we are going to build up lots of rooms, lots of areas, the sort of things that a cult needs to be successful. And down here you can see with the interface we can build, which will be foundations and things of that like, specify particular rooms that will be in there, place objects in there. Now I'll come back to some of these as we go through, but everything we do costs money, and we start off with $27,500, or as I like to call it, the Patreon money that you guys have given us along the way. Also down here you can see the faith. So eggoids have a daily faith cost, so to keep you guys happy we need to generate faith to pay you in faith, because you ain't getting no cash money out of us. And you have influence, so influence is gained from followers visiting the compound and from completing missions, and you can spend that on research, sermons, divine inspirations and leader abilities. So basically ramping up your abilities. Do like any sim game, you've got to speculate to accumulate, although I do need to keep my eye on this money because I think I'm going to burn through it quite quickly. So what else have we got down here? Well, there's PR. So this is gained from missions, used to access higher quality followers. Not that the quality of you followers is bad, but we might need higher quality ones. And heat. So if we gain too much attention, we will get heat, and that will result in protests and potentially police raids, because apparently they don't like cults around here. But we'll soon turn them around. The cult of egg, loved by all. So let's get our basics set up. So what can we build? So we can build bathrooms, bedrooms, a canteen, a lobby, the great nest, which we set up beforehand. So why do we need any of these rooms? Well, let's have a look at the lobby first. So lobbies are used by eggoids to greet potential followers and persuade them to join. So if a cult's going to grow, we're going to need to recruit. And hopefully that's what these videos will do, is recruit. So it recommends a room size of 12 by 6. So let's get building. Now, as you can see at the moment, we're on day 1 at 7 o'clock and our time is paused. So while it's paused, nothing's actually kind of progressing in the game, and I think when we're doing a bit of building, that's what we'll have to do. So let's have a look at the build. So we get to lay foundations first, and we've got to decide what sort of foundations that we'll have it on. Now, I quite like the idea of wood, however, wood burns, and in a volatile, non-cult atmosphere, maybe wood isn't the way to go. Grey seems too bland, concrete seems too bland. Don't like the idea of metal, or do I like the idea of metal? Yep, I've decided. I do like the idea of metal. See how easily swayed I am. So let's set up our lobby, and it said we wanted to go 12 by 6. So let's get it right front and centre. So that cost us, well, we've made a dent in that. The cash money's bombing out already, but if we're going to have people coming in, they'll need doors to enter the room. So let's have a look at what options we've got for the doors. Well, we've got a bit of blue in our motif here, so let's do that, and let's make it double doors. I think it's worth it for the spend. What else have we got here? Walls, so we won't need any extended walls in this. Actually, having said that, don't really want my followers walking past people coming in at the front, so let's give it a little back door. And I quite like the idea of a cell door. It's going to be part of my metallic motif. So is this room a lobby yet? Nope. To do that, we need to go into rooms and we need to assign it as a lobby. So once you click on that, if you spread your details out here, then it is now a lobby, and we get the lobby info here. So this tells us what the lobby is for. So lobbies are used by eggoids to greet potential followers and persuade them to join. The lobby creates a job for eggoids in this room, so you guys will get to work in here, you lucky buggers. But this room does need a specific object to function, so it needs a lobby desk, so we better put one in. $400, but I guess it's going to pay off long term, so let's put it there. So you come through the doors and you see that. Now there is something you can do in the rooms. You'll see on here it's got a prestige rating, so you can add things like decor to up the prestige rating, but I think whilst we're getting this off the ground, let's not focus on that, because I think money is going to be very, very tight. So we have a lobby, but I think what we'll need to do is we'll need to add a bit of pathing in. I think it might be floor, yeah. So again, you're trying to make this appealing to people coming up here. So we'll add a little path, and now the people walking past might go, "Ooh, what's this path? What's this building?" and toddle on up and come into the reception. So that's our first room built, and we have already spent about £2,000 just for this little old room here. So let's have a look at our cultists in a little bit closer detail. So let's look at Amy Leaf. Well, Amy Leaf as we see here, her mood is okay, her health is good. We see this bit here, unassigned bed. So our cultists are going to need somewhere to sleep, and by extension they're going to need somewhere to eat, and they're going to need somewhere to wash. So if we go back to the rooms, we can see that there's the option of a bathroom, bedroom, canteen. So I think the next thing we need to do is get our living quarters up and running. Now when I say living quarters, you'll see when we get to the objects you can put in there, it's pretty thin on the ground as it stands, so don't expect luxury in the opening days of being an eggoid. Your Patreon money only goes so far. So I think we're going to need like a relatively big building, so we're talking about 8x8 there, probably some 5x5s there, and because there's 5 of us, I mean, I don't know, do we have a communal? We're going to have a communal bathroom, I'm telling you that for starters, but do we have communal bedrooms, or do you all have a bedroom each? Well, I think probably in one of the few acts of generosity in the early stages of this cult, I think we're going to give you a bedroom each. So let's have a look at building some foundations. Let's build some metal foundations. So I quite like the idea of the living quarters being over here. So let's see what sort of cost we've got. So if we take it away from here, so I think we were talking about a 8x8 and a 5x5 for the canteen. So let's just give that a little bit more, and let's go 20. So canteen, bathroom. Oh, I'm getting a bit carried away here. We're making this big. What about 20 by 20? So now we can build some walls in, which we haven't yet done. Now it's living accommodation, so it should be all nice and cozy. However, we are going to wall it off metallic. So let's have a look at our room. In fact, can I mark this out like this? Can I go, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's a bathroom, and then we can make this the canteen, and let's put our walls in. That's a foundation, you fool, you absolute fool. And what I must remember to do is put in doors to these. So let's door them up. Where's my cell door gone? Ah, right there at the top. So let's put a door there for the canteen, a door there for the bathroom. That's looking like a big bathroom. And let's wall off some bits for bedrooms. So what did it recommend for a bedroom? 10 by 1, so let's see if we can do it 5 by 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's quite big. Let's go with that, and let's go with that. So there's 2 bedrooms. How many do we need? We need 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4. Wall. And we can have 1. No. Nip. And a bedroom here. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Although this one is a little bit bigger than the others, so let's We're going 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 by 4s. I like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yeah. Let's get me some walls. Foundations again. Hopefully these will be big enough. So we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, got the 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this one is going to be slightly different shape. This one, but a bedroom all the same. May have made an error here. Tell you what, we'll pause it up and I'll come back with a bit of a redesign of the bedrooms. And we're back and kind of sorted out the mess a little bit. So I actually do have an extra bedroom now, and I'm not entirely sure it's the greatest design ever, but I basically made the foundations a bit higher because I wanted to get these bedrooms in, but I know there'll be other rooms that will build up along the way, so I'm hoping we can use this area a little bit better later on. And got quite handy at unassigning rooms, but some of that stuff I'll show on the camera or on the stream at a certain point. But what makes these rooms into their functionality? Well, before we do that, we do need ways in and out of all of them. So let's get back to spending money. Doors are really expensive in this game, by the way, so let's give each bedroom its own individual cell door. Let's have that there, and a way in. I won't do a way out up there yet. I think I probably will at some point, but money's too tight to mention as it stands. So let's assign these rooms their functionality. So what do we need in a bathroom? In fact, if I click on objects, I can define this down to particular rooms. So what is available in a bathroom? So there's a drain, there's a bucket and string for a shower, there's a trough for a sink, and there's a bog for a bucket and bog. So as I say, you're not going to get anything too resplendent, but let's set these up. So let's put a toilet there, kind of in view of the door, which is a bit of a mistake, but I think as there are 5 of us, I wouldn't expect us all to be going to the toilet at the same time, but let's at the very least give 4 toilets, and let's put some sinks by the door so that people wash their hands on the way out. And again, don't necessarily expect us all to be showering at the same time, but let's put the showers up here, and again let's have 4 of them. We do need to watch this money, and let's chuck a drain in. I think drainage seems to be important in any bathroom. So we now have a functional bathroom. So what other rooms did we build? We built canteen. So let's have a look and see what you can have in a canteen and what you need in a canteen. So we need a vending machine, a water cooler, a canteen table for people to sit, and a canteen serving table. So let's get these bad boys in. Whoa. Feeding you guys is an expensive affair, but let's get the serving table down there. So let's have a look at the canteen table. Seats 4, but I feel like it would behoove us to have 2 of these just in case everyone decides to eat at the same time. So let's get a canteen table there and a canteen table there, and in fact let's put this one flush against the wall. So a vending machine, I guess people need to be able to get the food if they can get it from the canteen table. I I wonder whether 2 is a good idea. You can see the prestige of the room going up as I put stuff in it. But yeah, I'm going to have 2 vending machines to try and avoid any logjam of getting food. And let's get some water coolers in. And again, very expensive, but I figure 2 might be good to allow people to drink at the same time. So, bathroom, check. Canteen, check. Now let's go and have a look at what makes a bedroom. So in a bedroom you can have a bed and you can have storage. So let's get these bedrooms set up. Now beautifully, dirty mattress. Who doesn't want a dirty mattress? So let's have you sleep in there and there and there and there and there and for you there. And for storage you get a box. Don't say we don't do anything for you. And let's put the box at the end of the bed as if it's some sort of prison based movie. So yeah, so we're all set up now. As I mentioned, there are things like decor that you can put into these areas to, I guess, make them a bit more appealing, but I don't want to burn through all the cash yet. So I think what I'll probably do is go live with this as functionally what we're going to do and what we're going to use, and then as we start getting cash in, probably use that to make things a bit nicer for all of you, because again, I am a benevolent ruler of this cult. So what room don't we have? So we don't have the Great Nest, and I should have scrolled down, and a meditation studio. So let's look at the Great Nest first. So the Great Nest is used to hold a sermon, which, you know, sermons will generate faith, and this is where XP will go up for the eggoids. So we do need to set up a Great Nest. So I think, let's have a look at the lay of the land. So I think we want that kind of front and centre in here, I think. So let's get the foundations out again. Now, what I don't want to do is I don't want to make it too small, although expansion isn't that hard, but we're going to do it that people come out the visitors centre and they're very quickly presented with the Great Nest. So let's just pop that one up, 12 by 10, and let's Great Nest it. So as ever, I have forgotten to put doors on it. Now, I'm going to avoid the cell doors for this, because this feels like a little bit more splendid. And what says splendid more than blue doors? So we've got the doors in. So what do we need to make this a Great Nest? So the Great Nest gives us a little bit more than the other rooms does. So this actually makes us, or gives us the ability to do things, rather than just being functional rooms for the eggoids to be able to live. So followers. So if we get followers, we get an experience gain of 5.2 every 15 minutes, and we earn money. And as we said, we're burning through that cash, so earning money is going to be essential. Influence will be essential, although apparently it makes people more bored. I guess there's a sad and telling indictment on organised religion. So what do we need to make this a functional Great Nest? And also it creates jobs. So we need pews, a lectern and an idol, which we will also be able to upgrade at a later date for a hefty cost. We'll talk about upgrading as we go forward, because I think that will come in when we start to get to the research tab, but that's something that's out of our control at the moment. So let's have a look and get our bits in. So a lectern. So we want you to be facing the masses. So let's give you a bit there. And of course, we'd want our idol right near you. Now, following the colour scheme that we're going with here, So let's get some pews in. Now, I have 0 followers. But I feel like putting a reasonable amount of pews in now will pay off later. Because I'm expecting this to be a popular cult. So there we go, the Great Nest is complete. So I guess what we should do is have a look at the last room we can build. So the meditation studio. So this is the therapy room. Followers using this will gain XP and generate influence. Again, it feels like something that we should probably... There's a reason why it's in the game at the beginning. So, and we've got enough egoids to man it. So let's build ourselves one of them, and let's go with the metal foundations, and let's have that here. And it's recommending a 9x9. Oh, it looks tiny, but £810. Let's remember the door. Getting the hang of it, people, getting the hang of it. And let's meditation studio it up. So, the therapy room. Followers using this will gain XP and generate influence. So let's have a look. XP gain 5.5. Money spent. Oh, the sweet, sweet money. And cults aren't all about money, but the sweet, sweet money. So in it, we can have a meditation stage, meditation mats, of which we have a max of 5, and meditation music. Hopefully, can't some of this funky 70s soundtrack that's going on in the background. So let's get the staging first, and yeah, let's put that kind of front and centre. Let's see how we're going to position people. So we want to fit the 5 in. So let's have a 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. Now, you may be asking yourself, what are these big warning kind of tabs that are coming up? And I should have been asking myself that, so we'll have a look once we've chucked the music in. Good boombox. So I think these go away once the room is functionally complete. So now we have a meditation studio. So already our compound is starting to take shape. We've got living quarters, we've got a reception, we've got the Great Nest for worship, and we have the meditation studio. Now we'll see an exclamation mark over mission, so let's see what mission we have on offer. So we have the ability to go to the research office, acquire materials and objects at the university in order to create a research office. So as we said, research will be something that we will unlock, and it will allow us to make our community better. It also gives some XP and some money. So let's get one of our egoids out on this mission. So having a look, Amy has mad skills by the looks of it. But actually, maybe I want to send one of the others off, because Amy could probably be better used in the compound with her mad skills. And it says we've got a 100% chance of doing this, so let's send off Aria. So she will be sent off on a mission. Now the mission actually doesn't start until I start clicking time forward, so this is all just prep at this stage, I guess. So let's ping out of that and ping out of that. So she'll be going off to a mission. So let's have a look and get the day started. So here they're all going to go off. They're going to do their thing. Let's have a look. So that is telling me that in this room, I see handy little game thing, that I'm missing a storage box. So that isn't a functional bedroom. So let's get a little storage box. And let's make that a proper bedroom. So as you can see, I've nipped off for a kip. Natalie has gone to reception, good lass. And I think, yep, Amy has gone into the Great Nest. And we've got Bob doing some kind of solo meditation techniques. And look at this, a potential first follower. Let's see, can she convince him? I'm saying him, yes it is, and it's an unknown male. Can we get our first follower in? Well, he's giving us some cash, and he's followed. Look at that, straight in for a cheeky bit of meditation. See if Bob can earn his coin. Now, with our first follower, I think this is probably the best time and the ample time to suggest that all you guys do the same. Follow the cult by liking and subscribing to this YouTube channel, and join us at our Cult of Egg Facebook page. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause the game up, and we'll do a little cutscene, and we'll come back for the mission. So we're back with a complete mission, so let's look at our mission screen and see what that did for us. So here we go, we can turn the mission in, and status 100% success. My eggoid, our eggoid, has returned, and we can now create a research office. We're getting more, well, we've got 88 XP per eggoid and 500 money, so we're back up to 8,444. Blimey, we have burnt through that cash. So that's the only mission that we have that we can do at the moment, and again I think with our research station we will start to be able to complete more missions. But let's have a little look. So before we kick into the research station, let's have a little look at our new follower, or our first follower, the ultimate follower, I guess. He's a happy, healthy follower called Michael McConnell. His quote is "Show me what you got," and his current job is a chocolate bar specialist, which I'm sure is a job we would all like to have. He joined us on day one. He's an expert in marbles, he's always grinning, and he collects dried apricots. So strange little fella, very coiffed hair, and a nice little pointy beard. But I'm sure we'll catch up with him, because the hope is that he likes it so much here, it fills us up, that we might be able to get Michael McConnell to become an eggoid, like all of you avid eggoids out there. But that is not our purpose, so while we're in pause mode, let's have a look and see what the requirements are for the research office. So the research office, a 7x7. I might be able to fit that in here. I may have played a blinder here, but let's see. So we want walls. And so if we went here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. But we could have it a bit more oblong. And I think that is only a recommended on that size. I don't think it has to be that size. So functionally this will work for now. Well, I say hopefully it will work for now. We'll see whether we can actually get the stuff inside that we need. So let's turn that into a research room. As ever, I forgot to put a door on the bugger. Let's put it there. It's almost lockdown-esque. You're working where you're sleeping, but let's come out of that. Now, the research office. So the research office desk creates a job for eggoids in this room, increases research speed, so they will earn research points, and we need a research office desk and a supercomputer. So let's put a desk in, let's face it that way, and let's put a supercomputer in. Now that has unlocked the research bit here, but before we click off, yep, that is all we can do in there. So we've got most of our rooms up and running, and we've still got a healthy bit of cash, so I might look to put some decor in to make these better. But to give a heads up, I might do that on day 2, because we're still in day 1 of the cult. But let's have a little look at the research. So this has loaded up our research screen, and this will show us all of the things that we can get into as the game goes on. And as you can see, there is a ton of stuff that we can unlock, a ton of improvements, right the way up to a gold idol, the mega telescope, but we are right here at the beginning stages, so we can research a maintenance room. Egoids using this room wander the compound, repairing broken objects and clearing clutter. Now that sounds boring as, but I think it will be essential. And what Egoid wouldn't be proud of spending their hours clearing up and fixing stuff? Or we can do PR missions, which, as we said with the missions, that will periodically add PR missions onto the map, which will allow us to extend our reach. Now, I think that's a key goal, but I don't think we are quite there yet. And what's the recreational room do? So this is used to increase their fun needs. Now, I think we're going to fundamentally want to unlock all three of these relatively quickly, but I think the most essential one for us initially is the maintenance room. So we'll stick some research into that. So that says 3 hours in game time, and it will cost us 20 of our influence to unlock it. So let's get that researched. So hopefully one of our workers should hot tail it into there soon and start doing the research, and then we'll see this bar go up. But for that we need to click the game on. Right, we'll keep our eye on both of these. Oh, hang on a minute. Looks like there's a cheeky follower on their way in as well. Now as the day goes on, our people do take breaks. Ah, here's Amy coming back from... oh, where have you been? Oh, sorry, Aria coming back from her research mission. So hopefully she'll get into the research office and pay off for that. But let's have a look. Are we going to get a second follower? Look at that. Even I've come out to talk to him. If I can't convince him, $100. And this one's gone straight in. So let's have a quick look at... Well, actually, before we have a quick look at that, there we are. Researching away. But here is Clint Home, a new follower. And... quote is, "That's not the weekend, that's a crocodile." And counts clouds for a living. In good news, its bio fully toilet trained, dismantled a Corby trouser press, and communicates through post-it notes. So, you know, be quite quiet. Now this is where I guess we get into the chunk of the game. So the game will progress. Now what we'll see is, and to potentially a couple more followers coming in. I am racking up the followers. So I'll need to keep bringing followers in to generate cash, although this follower does not look very happy, and I think it's because our receptionist needs the toilet. Oh, did not like it. We're going to potentially lose out on potentially 3 followers here, because we've got one waiting, we've got one about to come in, and we've got a receptionist who needs a wee. So yeah, as I say, we need to build up the followers. And we need to keep the compound functioning and expanding. But people will take breaks, people will have certain hours of the day. But at the end of each day, we will hold a sermon. So what I will do is, I will flash forward now using some amazing cutscene technology. There won't be any amazing cutscene technology. And bring us back for anything exciting that happens. But we'll look to kind of wrap this video up at the end of day 1. So we're dropping back in with our research complete. Now, if that wasn't exciting enough, I think probably what it should be more focused on here is 4 followers, people. So we'd met Clint Home and we've met Michael McConnell, but in the time that the research is being done, old Tommy Hooper and Abby Hardy have joined us in the ranks. So let's have a look. Tommy's just about to go and have a bit of a, by the way, meditation room. Very, very popular with the people. So Tommy, well, that escalated quickly, and he's a car thief. Again, great hair. His bio says he expired last week. He's a fan of both cats and dogs and walks backwards. Just the sort of person we want in. And who did I say? It was Abby Hardy with kind of 1980s hair in the 1970s. So way ahead of time with that. She ate a cat. She's a beanbag stuffer. She can't grammar. Ha ha ha. A never nude for all of those Arrested Development fans, and changed the way people eat plastic. So let's get back to focusing on what happened in the research world. So we have researched the maintenance room. Egoids using this room wander the compound, preparing broken objects and clearing clutter. So I think that'll be our next goal, is to build up a maintenance room, and then I think we'll run it through to the end of the day, to the sermon, see where we're at with followers, see where we're at with Egoids, and see where we're at with our money. So let's return to that. Now, what this has done is this has unlocked new rooms for us. New research for us. So we can now research the spirit chamber. Followers using this will gain XP and generate influence, which seems like a positive thing, much like the meditation spa and the energy spa, which does very much the same thing. In fact, stats wise, yet probably exactly as good as each other. However, as we said earlier, I think we want to get our basics down first, so we can keep the area kind of clear, and I think we also want to have a look at getting the recreational room up and running, because our people want to be fed, healthy, not bored, and I think getting their fun needs seen to is probably quite an essential for us. So that takes 3 hours to unlock, so yeah, probably unlock in the next day, because most of them only work up until 8 o'clock at the latest. For those who do real jobs, you won't like hearing that. So let's get the research started on that, and let's have a little look to see what our maintenance room requires. So it wants a 7x6. Now, where do I situate this? It's a maintenance room, so I think, I kind of logically don't want people to walk too far, so let's get a door here, and let's get there. We'll put the maintenance room somewhere kind of around here. I'm sure there will be other functional rooms that we need, so doing it around here is probably quite a good idea. So we want that, and we want a cell door, and we want to turn this into a maintenance room. That tree is really badly positioned, seeing what's going on in there. But it's a maintenance room. What do you really need or want to see? So an Egoid using this room wanders the compound and repairs broken objects or clears up clutter and dirt. So this room needs a workbench, a tool trolley, and a cleaning cart. There will be upgrades. Blimey, there's a lot of upgrades to this room, but let's start off with the basics. So it's going to cost us $600 to get all this stuff in. So let's get the cleaning cart in. Let's get the tool trolley in. And let's get the workbench in. There you go. So we now have a fully functional maintenance room. So what does this say? So we get hints every now and again. Sometimes all you want is a toilet bucket, but all you can find is a maggot pool. Beautiful. Search filters are great ways of quickly finding things. That's fine. And as I said, there's when it says about lava lamps, that's part of the decor that you can have in the game, but I think again we'll use that day 2. I think we'll try and conserve some of this money day 1. Now you might see this cheeky little symbol here. Well, this last come along a minute ago, and Amy was working reception. Now Amy, as I've been running through the game, has been somewhat abrasive. She's not really been getting the followers in, despite us having 4, and I'm happy with 4, but a lot of people have come to the door and left. However, this one left, but did leave us some money, so I'll accept that. So let's move forward with the day, and what I'll do is, here comes a potential number. Look at that. Really not selling the followers. Angry, grumpy, crying, leaving. I think I might have to have a look at this now. But she has got 1 in, success. Now, one of the things that I obviously mentioned is getting comments from you guys, because I'd love to name the eggoids after some of the people watching this. So if you can let me know which eggoid you want to be, and I will do it. And also what we'll do in video 2 and day 2, when we've named some of them, is we'll have a bit of a closer look at the eggoids, and we'll look at assigning them jobs based off skills. I'll give you a clue, they ain't got any skills so far. And potentially what we'll look at is getting them set up so they can have regular breaks. God, I'm sounding like an employer here, and an employer that cares, but getting them regular breaks at intervals so that we're not having so much downtime on the work front. Now I really do sound like an employer, but as you can see, the game time is ticking on. Now I think our sermon is I think it's at 10 o'clock, but I just want to pause this and check. How do I check that? I think I might need me. No. Where is sermon? Sermon. Nope. Compound. Sermon. So yeah, our sermons are daily set at 10 o'clock. So anyone who's not an eggoid gets booted out at that point. And depending on the quality of the sermon that I do, it will cost me some of the influence, but it will generate faith. It reduces my mood and my energy. So it takes a lot out of me doing sermons. I think you should all respect that and throw me and show me the love for the fact that it hurts me internally, physically and emotionally to run these sermons for you guys. But it's basically the end point of the day, and then everyone goes to sleep until they all get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. But let's zing this on, and let's in fact I'll do a cheeky cut here, I think, and come back when we've got the sermon. A cut back pre-sermon. Now, funnily enough, in the post-day work, a lot of followers turned up and a lot of money was chucked in, but we've had these alerts come in. Now, time for a rebrand. Let's have a look at that. So, to any of our customization decisions, you can change them by going to the Cult Overview menu and selecting the Customize button. So fair enough. The thing that I had to do offline when I forgot to name myself. But I think this is probably a bigger worry. An eggoid was injured. So Amy Leaf has got an injury. She got dirty hands whilst eating, and she'll be injured for the next 6 hours. Doesn't require treatment. But her maximum mood has been reduced by 50, so this is problematic for us. Probably speaks to the lack of hygiene when you have sinks, toilet buckets, bad showers. But yeah, bad time to get an injury early doors. Although hopefully that most of that injury will be healed overnight. Although I imagine that will impact her rest. So it says when eggoids get injured, one of your eggoids is injured. An injured eggoid will struggle to perform their duties effectively as they suffer the effects of their injury. Well, again, as I say, hopefully most of this is going to be done over sleeping time, so you know it's not going to particularly hold them up. But some injuries are minor and heal over time. Others require medical attention either at the city hospital or in an on-site medical ward. So that's obviously something we'll be looking to unlock as we go forward. And food-related injury. An eggoid has gotten ill after eating with dirty hands. Now I'm starting to see now how using an old trough as a sink probably isn't the most hygienic choice. Me and my computer self, Egg Eggington, are clearly on the same page. After going to the toilets, eggoids will struggle to clean their hands properly with a poor quality sink. Upgrading to a better sink will increase the chance of eggoids successfully cleaning their hands, which helps to prevent illness. Now, obviously we don't want workers going down and we want good hygiene, but as it stands, with my level as it is, the only option I have is these sink troughs. So I think it's going to have to be something that we just kind of like and lump until such a time as we can do something about it by research and upgrades. And here we go. We've reached 10 o'clock, so it looks like I'm rocking on down to perform a sermon. A sermon to you, my loyal eggoids. how's it going to go? So yeah, the bar kind of goes up. Now I think, although very, very new to this, I think the sermon quality is impacted by how good our base is, but more so that impacts me and my happiness. So if I'm happy, I'm productive, I'm rested, I am not bored, I think my sermons will increase, and I think there are other things that we'll be able to unlock that will make the sermons better. But yes, it's all about me as ever. So the sermon quality was 3 stars. We were well under capacity, which I know I kind of built it a little bit over capacity, but I like the idea of it. So we lost a bit of influence, we generated a chunk of faith, my mood went down but my energy went up, so clearly I motivated myself. And the overall cult happiness, well, I've got nothing to compare that to, but it looks pretty good. And it says Egoids are feeling as strong as an above average arm wrestler. Now we did spend $20,000 today, so I think that's something that we're going to need to look at going forward to reduce the outlay and increase the income. But that's down to you, the Egoids, to be able to get followers. Now, as I say, we say followers, please like and subscribe, and that's the way that we will build up our own internal cult. But the faith has gone up, the influence has gone down slightly, but you know, we will generate that with some of the things that we do in here. As I say, the followers increase that. No PR because we haven't unlocked it yet, but 0 hate. So all in all, this feels like, other than the unfortunate injury to a Egoid that hopefully will have a real person's name by the time episode 2 goes up, a successful day. So with that in mind, that brings to the end our first episode of Honey, I Joined a Cult. As I say, let me know in the comments if you want to become one of our Egoids, and I will happily name you. Now, if we get a flood of them, may need to do it in a priority order, so the quicker you watch it, the quicker you like it, the quicker you put your comment in, the more chance you will have to become a glamorous, let's say, caretaker, or receptionist, or do you want to be in the meditation? In fact, if you've got a preference for job, let me know and I'll see what I can hook up for you as well. Anyway, that's it for this week, and join me again next week to see how our cult progresses. Thanks all.